Hey there. Today I want to talk about a Fireball whiskey advertisement that had me seething and malding. So buckle up. Let's smack that bad boy on the screen and just give it a watch. And I'll have some organized points to make about it. And I promise to be brief so we can get back to chugging alcohol and worrying about the economic crisis that we're currently experiencing. Okay, let's take a gander.
A message from Fireball.
Do you even have a job lined up?
Should we move in together?
Come live at home for a while.
Have fun with those student loans.
F it. Fireball, free your fire.
Okay, so the first thing to say here is that this video fucks. The energy is awesome. The white people dancing is hilarious. I like when he looks at the camera and says F it. And I like that because it's so true. Both in like collegiate America as well as, proletariat America, there's very much a culture of like, come grab a beer, let's commiserate. Or come grab a beer, let's celebrate. Drinking is something that everybody likes to do. And this video really shows that because I've been to many a gathering for a graduation or for a housewarming party, anything that celebrates an academic or economic milestone. Let's bring out the Fireball, baby. Go team. Remember college? That was awesome back then. And so that video hits and it leaves this feeling of cringe in my body, which I do like cringe. It's why I was so fascinated by this video. The cringe to me is that it's making light of a very real problem, and how it does that shows me how corporations view buyers and how buyers or consumers view themselves. So in order to talk about that, I need to bring up 2 points. The first point really is race. So when I look at this commercial, I see all white people, and it's you don't have to have a diverse family. Like, it's not illegal to not have any black friends or like relatives, and like it's not just like black people are the only minority. Like, they really went above and beyond to have like an all white, like not a hint of non-whiteness here. And that tells me that this commercial, when it was being filmed and thought of, was being directed at a primarily white audience. And would you look at that? I'm white and I was watching it, and they were trying to get me to buy Fireball, which is something I'll probably do, not directly because of this advertisement, but because Fireball's pretty good. And I'm thirsty, baby. F it. But in real life though, I think we can watch our advertisements to see what brand of people they have in mind for their product. For example, you'll notice a lot of commercials now use very diversified body types and appearances, gender expressions and identities, age groups. You'll have a mix of many races and gender identities on one screen because, well, would you look at that? All people buy products. The reason I even bring up race in this discussion is because when I see this commercial fully cast with white people and kind of showing a white cultural scenario, what I immediately think is that this corporation is trying to prey upon an anxiety that exists within a particular cultural demographic in order to exploit it for profit. So what are the anxieties of white middle-class Americans? This commercial is letting us know. I think if I had to say now, I would say the fear or anxiety exhibited in this commercial by the white middle-class stand-in caricatures on screen would be that they are in danger of sliding lower into the lower middle economic class as opposed to the comfortable middle economic class. So with this commercial, I find it interesting because we are supposed to see here the comfortable to lower middle class. Now, I'm going to break that down and leave the race thing in the background. There are three kind of general categories of middle class that I think of when I see something like this. There's the upper middle class, and the upper middle class is going to have like multiple homes, sea-doos, vacations, a 401k, good retirement. And then you have the comfortable middle class, and these people are able to make do and have children that are able to thrive and succeed. Perhaps some people in this class would consider a goal to be to pay off their children's loans for student loans. Send my kid through college. Then you would have the lower middle class, which would be people who are paycheck to paycheck, who are struggling to pay medical bills, keep up with debt, who are having real life problems due to whatever restrictions I think have been placed on them to succeed. They often say that being poor in the lowest category, it has its own tax that almost prevents you from rising up. So let's focus on that for a second, because in the middle group, we saw like paying off your children's debt would be like, well, at least it used to be like a goal of the comfortable middle class. But here we see what is clearly supposed to be someone passing as a comfortable middle class. We are seeing this advertisement kind of directly represent a shifting attitude in the comfortable middle class and really highlighting those anxieties. So when we think about class conflict, anxiety is kind of a term we use to describe the fears that one class generally has in relation to another class. So the anxieties of the comfortable middle class would be that they sink into the lower middle class, having less flexibility, less ability to spend, less security, safety, and ability to retire. So obviously the anxiety for the lower middle class is that they will sink into abject poverty, perhaps becoming homeless. Now, I think this advertisement shows us how the comfortable middle class is supposed to be viewing itself, and one solution that big capitalism may be pushing. Obviously, that solution is drink, F it, which is cool. I do like that. So if I had to wrap it all up and just kind of leave with a pretty bow on the package, I would just say that this advertisement for liquor is a fun little window into how we as a society understand our own class issues. And right now it seems like, well, darn, I don't know or understand the future for me and my family's economic well-being. And so for now, we're going to get while the getting's good, and we're going to get some Fireball, and we're going to do the worm with our white relatives. So cool. That's all I really had for today, and thanks for listening. I hope you have just a fantastic rest of your day. Don't forget to F it, Fireball.